Us today. Uh, it's great to be with you. Thank you for being here. Um, this is a this is an exciting week for me, and I hope some of you are feeling that too. Those of you that have already signed up for Mother's Light series, her first retreat in the Light series, Light Bringers. I am getting so much, so many like exciting glimpses into what Mother's going to be offering. And I think this is going to answer a lot of people in this community, a lot of people's yearning to explore some interesting aspects of the energy that is currently moving through our world. Uh, and the effects that has on each of us, but also the possibilities that it is offering right now, which may not have been so readily available uh, in the older age, the old age, the age we have just passed beyond. And I don't know. I think we're on the cusp of some interesting evolutionary growth spurts for humanity. And I do believe that Mother is going to be exploring some of that evolutionary energy and what that means to us as human beings. And I'm just really excited. And of course, with everything that she does, this exploration and union with the light is going to be motivated and sort of powered by love. So there is the possibility of a deeper connection, a connection that maybe is more, it's energetic based, but it also opens our emotions up to that connection, meaning that the unity with light provides a big support and help and energetic boost in experiencing emotional freedom. I don't know all the details, but I'm I'm looking forward to how this translates not just into our everyday lives, but also what kind of a practice we Mother's going to give to us, a technique that Mother's going to give to us um, to help us discover what our relationship is to light and how it affects us and how we can become more conscious in co-creating with that energy for our health and well-being. So yeah, I'm really excited, and there's space left, of course, since this is an online retreat. Um, there really aren't limitations. So if you're interested, then I hope I get to see you there. But do spend a little time with Mother to see if this retreat is calling for you, and if it's important for you to be there. All right, so good to see you all today. Hello, hello, Jane. We start with Robert. Hey, Robert, good to see you. Yeah, I know. Fall, a little bit of fall creeping in here too, but I have to say, I am glad for the slightly cooler weather here in Southern Oregon. It's been pretty brutal through August, really hot and dry and like, woo. Um, Hey Kathleen, good to see you. And Grace, hello, hello. And Sherry and Jane, Ricardo and Carol. It's so good to have all of you here. Thank you for coming today. Eva and Donna, beautiful to see you. Diane, great to see you. And Angela and Leslie Ann and Jane. Oh, yeah, exactly. Thumbs up for us that we made it this far. And Felicity, Cindy, great to see you. And Pamela, my dear, great to see you. And Penny, hello, hello. Yes, let's light up this world one person at a time. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, my lovelies, let's get started. Um, oh, and just a quick, if you're interested in the retreat, you can go to belovedpublications.com and click on events, or just scroll down the homepage and you'll see the retreat there, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 sections down. But yeah, it'd be great to see you. If you're not on the mailing list, do sign up for getting our emails, just so you know what's going on, if there's retreats, or if there is the School of Love coming up, or if I'm offering private sessions with Mother, all those kind of good things. You learn about that through my emails. And I don't tend to send out a lot. I really just send out emails to let folks know what's going on and to remind people, because if you're like me, my memory is not as great, and I get one email for an event and I think, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna sign up for that, and then I put it off and something gets in the way, and then I forget, and then I get another email for the same event and I'm like, oh right. So getting multiple emails for a singular event can be helpful to remind people to sign up. So I don't ever mean to overwhelm your inbox, but I tend to kind of structure the way I do things based on me and my memory. And so I think, well, how many emails would be helpful for me before I remember to actually sit down and sign up for the event? So that's pretty much how I do it. But I do try not to send too many. So generally, I just send emails to remind folks about events or just things that are going on, and occasionally I will also send out an email if someone in our community has published a book, or, done something really amazing that's been brought to my attention. I like to celebrate them and just let folks know that that's what's going on. But that's more just occasional, every once in a while. So that is, yeah, that's a little brief explanation of how many emails you can expect, just in case you're new to these live streams and you want to know more. You want to be more connected into the community. So that's a good way to start. All right, here we go. Oh, and the retreat starts this weekend. So Friday morning, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days, all day. Well, I don't know, all day. My time, I'm in Pacific US time. So it's kind of all day for me. So I know for those of you in different parts of the world, you may not be able to attend all the live sessions, but everything gets recorded in video and then a separate audio file. The videos are available for a month or more. The audio files you can download and keep for yourself. Yeah, so it's a great. You don't have to be there live to experience all the really awesome stuff. And the one possible bonus of not being there live is you don't have to deal with the technical issues, or if my neighbors start cutting down a tree in the middle of my workday, or loud landscaping equipment. It has happened over the years. Or my internet goes crazy, and so live is always a little bit of a spontaneous event. So I love it, and a lot of people do, but some people prefer the not to have to deal with all that, and they just watch the videos later. But either way, whatever your style and whatever your preference, that's all available to you. So we start Monday morning. We will be taking registration. Did I just say Monday morning? I'm sorry. My mind's a little, I'm already like in channeling head. Friday morning, we start, and we'll be taking registration probably through Thursday. Um, I don't know if you register really late on Thursday, I don't know if we'll have time, we meaning Maya and I don't know if we'll have time to get you the link so you can attend the live sessions. So if you really, really want to attend the live sessions, um, don't wait until the last minute to register, because uh, we might not be able to get you that link in time, but all through Thursday, till about 5, 6 o'clock Pacific time, Maya and I will be able to get you what you need to attend the live sessions. So, all right, here we go. I invite you to take some deep breaths and close your eyes. And just welcome Mother into our space that we've created here together. Hmm. Hello, beloved ones. It is wonderful to be here with you today. I'm going to dive right into um, my offering on happiness, because I have already laid the groundwork for emotional freedom through all the past videos. And if you have not seen them, I encourage you to go back and watch them. So we approach this final emotion of happiness with the understanding that for most of you, if not all of you, when you experience happiness, it is a positive experience. Now, sometimes happiness can trigger fear, old fears of the past that are based on one's environment where your happiness was not accepted. So you can carry that into adulthood, that your happiness needs to be tempered, it needs to be controlled, it needs to be moderated, right? So you are allowed some happiness, but not the fullness of your happy expression or feeling. And if you are someone who has a history or a habit of trying to control, maybe not necessarily what makes you feel happy, but your expression of happiness, or how much you allow yourself to experience of that happiness, then it is very important for you to spend some time with yourself. In the same way I have encouraged you, if you repress your anger or you repress your sadness or try to control it in any way, that you need to spend time with yourself in giving permission for happiness to be free, to have a greater expression, to make it a gradual opening, in that you can tell yourself that you will give permission to feel a little more happy, that you will give yourself permission to, when you feel happiness, to express that happiness a little more fully, with a little less control, that you invite the possibility of expansion within that expression, without the fear of reprisal or rejection. And you have to try it out when you're in different situations. Will you be rejected for how you express your happiness? And when you start to see that, for the most part, most people don't really care how happy you are. They might have sympathetic joy that you're feeling happy, but they don't desire to control the expression of that happiness that may have happened in your childhood, in your early years, but it may not be happening in your adult years. And if you are involved with people who care too much about your levels of happiness and how you express them, then that's something else you will need to explore for yourself. And there is another way that people control their happiness, and that is by sort of constant pressure to be happy. Somewhere along the line, in many of your cultures, happiness became the goal. That if you were doing everything right, You were very spiritual, you did all your emotional work, you healed all your inner wounds, that then you would be happy all the time. But again, that is not what happiness is designed for. Because if you were happy all the time, where would sadness and anger be? Where would that place be? And in popular cultures, in many ways, this push for happiness is a lack of acceptance of sadness and anger. That somehow you are a better person if you are happy all the time. And it's a little bit like assigning everyone to have a purpose. What is your purpose? And if you're not fulfilling it, then you're falling short. You're not doing it right. And these mental pathways, these projections that you all do with each other and yourselves, they are punitive, beloved ones. They are unkind. To hold that expectation that every day is going to be filled with happiness for the rest of your life, that is an expectation that is bound to lead to disappointment. And then who's doing the disappointing? Is it the people in your lives? Have they upset the happy apple cart? Do circumstances out of left field come into your life and you say, what have I done wrong? I didn't do my work enough. I'm not spiritual enough. But the truth is, you are simply human. No greater, no less than any other human being on this planet. Each and every one of you has the same emotional life in that you cycle through them, right? Are there places in the world where people are more content? Yes. Where they are more connected into their community? Are there sort of truisms amongst humanity that optimizes positive feelings? Yes. Yes, there are. And they tend to be very ubiquitous, a common thread between humanity. When you all are connected in kindness, when you are helping each other out of the simple joy of being of service, when you live in an atmosphere that suits you, there tends to be a greater amount of emotions that stem from happiness, that sense of fulfillment, that sense of positive community, a lack of fear that if something happens to you, who's going to take care of you? So people that are connected in a community tend to have easier access to the happiness emotion and all the things that flow from that. And as I have spoken of before, joy is a state of being that comes from love. When love is present in your life, joy is present. Joy, think of joy as the outcome of love. When you really open yourself to love, it is a joyful experience. But happy, sad, angry, these are things you are going to cycle through. And with anger, there's a more tame version is frustration. And on the extreme scale is rage. Same with sadness and happiness, right? There's sort of a range of these emotions. But happiness was not meant to be every day forever, but rather, how can you free your happiness? How can you set happiness free within you and allow your happiness to be a kind of barometer or a sort of guide in where do you live? What kind of community do you connect with? How do you go about being of service? Is it with a joyful, loving heart? Or is it with a sense of resignation, right? That you have to do this, you are forced to do this. When happiness is more free, right? When you give up controlling your happiness, repressing your happiness, trying to manage or to artificially inflate your happiness, when it is simply free to be felt, to be shared, to be supported, when you are supporting the happiness of others without the exclusion of supporting their anger or their sadness. Then all of a sudden, this newfound freedom that happiness has can help you with insight, clarity, and inspiration. Happiness can inspire your decisions. Where do you live? How do you live? With whom do you live? What do you spend your time doing? When does it feel good to rest and when does it feel good to act? When does it feel good to be and when does it feel good to do? Happiness is excellent at highlighting what generates more happiness. Happiness is the emotion that is the best to help you generate the insight you need to find your way deeper into love. Happiness is the emotion that is most closely associated with that state of joy that comes from love. So happiness tends to feel most comfortable, most easily expressed in the presence of love and the joy that love generates. Happiness tends to feel more alive when you feel fulfilled, when you are content, when you are spending time with people whom love flows easily. So instead of making happiness your goal, the exclusive goal, right? Just like a purpose that can be very punitive. The purpose of your life is to live your life. If you are called to a specific endeavor, career, service, job, family, raising children, running a marathon, that is not a purpose, that is a calling from your soul. That is a deep desire that you are fulfilling for yourself, that you are allowing to be fulfilled. And when you're doing it, it can feel purposeful, right? As if in this moment you are fulfilling a particular kind of purpose that is good for you, but it is not the purpose of your life. You're already living that because you're you and you are alive in the world. So that's very similar to making making the goal of your life happiness. It wasn't meant to be a constant thing, a constant feeling. You diminish yourself when you try to force yourself into that one thing, that one expression, that one emotion. And happiness can be a wide range. The more you open yourself to maybe the possibility that you don't know everything about happiness that exists within you, that may be due to your own fears, your own hurts, your own old ways of doing things, that you might still be practicing today. That maybe happiness has more to show you, more to reveal to you. So as you welcome happiness in its full expression, without expectation, that happiness is going to save you in a way, or it's going to change your life into a sort of fantasy life. If you allow happiness free rein, without restraint, without expectation, and to love the fears of other people's opinions about your happiness or their judgments about your happiness, then you will find some very surprising gifts that happiness has for you, that are all about your well-being, just as anger has those same gifts, just as sadness has those same gifts. And when you look at each emotion that has its own range, maybe this week notice if you feel safer in the lower range, frustration rather than full anger expression, or rage rather than natural, non-fear-based anger expression. Or sadness a little bit on, you can feel a little sad instead of maybe the full grief that needs to well up and overflow for a small time. Each emotion has a wellspring of gifts to offer. But they require one thing, and that is your permission, your consent to be felt, to be experienced. So instead of thinking, what can I do to make myself happy? Or how can I be more happy in my life? Come into communion with your actual happiness and ask, how can I set you free? Without expectation that my life will improve, or you're going to save me from something, or you're automatically going to make it better. But rather, how can I free you happiness? Because you're a part of me. And it's okay to be free in every aspect of your being. And that freedom means being whole within yourself. You are not broken. You are not damaged. You may have periods in your life where you felt broken, but that's a little bit like you make mistakes, but you are not a mistake. So you might feel broken at times, dysfunctional at times, but you as a person are not broken. You are not dysfunctional as a person. And coming into wholeness is the freedom to be yourself in the fullness that that means for you. Not for anyone else, but for you. No one gets to define that freedom for you. And freedom is not in a society, in a culture, in a community, in a world where you all live together. Freedom is not doing what you want, when you want, and however quantity that you want. Freedom is that wholeness within yourself. So that when you make your choices, when you take your actions, when you express through behaviors, the motivation is love. And the flow of that love is the freedom. And in that freedom, you can experience your emotions as they are in the moment without apologizing for them. The only need to apologize is if you have harmed someone else with your emotions, if you have projected on them or demanded something from them with your emotions. But the emotions themselves and how you feel them within you, how you express them in your being, you do not need to apologize for that, beloved ones. It is the gift. It is one of the great gifts of being human. So explore your happiness, my beautiful ones. And in that exploration, do not use it to point out your flaws or what you're not doing, but simply to spend time with each emotion. This week it's happiness. And just to ask the simple question, how can I free you, happiness? What a gift you are in my life. How can I free you? And maybe next week, again, how can I free you, anger? You're a gift in my life. How can I free you? And same for sadness. Be extra kind to yourself this week. You may discover some surprising things in relation to your happiness. Hold whatever you experience, whatever you discover, hold that in kindness and compassion. And then take the action that happiness is inspiring within you. And know that I love you. And I cannot wait to explore the light with many of you. If you are called, it would be my deep honor to serve you in opening a world to you that maybe you did not know existed. Or maybe if you've dipped your toe in those waters, I'm going to bring you all the way in to the light and all that it has to offer. Have a blessed week. Blessed be. Thank you so much for joining me today. Gosh, that was that just took a lot of pressure off of me that I don't really know that that I realized I was carrying about the happiness thing. I really like having the goal be emotional freedom rather than always being happy, as if it's some kind of a finish line that, that I have to cross in order to be, I don't know what. I don't know, complete, right? The who knows? There's a lot of things going on in my head right now. So, but my heart feels very at peace. Um, I love how Mother continues to turn away from the rejection of any part of ourselves and is really about that unification, that wholeness. And that it's going to look different, it's going to feel different for each of us. Um, how we experience happiness, sadness, anger is going to feel different, it's going to feel unique. Um, but the that freedom comes when just letting me be and stop trying to constantly pick and force and push and mold and all that stuff. But I thought that was what we're supposed to do, but not so much anymore, and that's a really good feeling. uh oh, thank you so much, Robert. I appreciate the reminder. Yes, please to just click that thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. It really does help. And I know you all have channeling head just like I do, and you're might feel a little out of it, but it makes a big difference, and it sure helps folks find Mother's videos. So thank you for that reminder, Robert. Yes, Jenny, indeed. You are welcome, Leslie Ann. So glad you were here. All right, my dearest ones, I already know I'm going to see some of you in the retreat this weekend, but it would be so great to see even more of you there, because I just love being with you, for sure. So have a great week and much love to you. And I hope that your happiness reveals some pretty awesome stuff to you. I'm looking forward to exploring mine. So, mwah. Have a good week. Bye-bye.